Good morning. Hello, and welcome. Thank you, Brian Harris, the New Thought Messengers. That is such a wonderful way to start a Sunday, yeah? Yes. I am practitioner Melissa K. Allen, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am so honored to welcome you to this safe and inclusive space that we call the New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. Before we get started, because I'm still amped up on all that energy, I want to invite up to stand up everyone who came in yesterday that helped with the grounds cleanup. We had such a party happening, and I heard so much happened. Thank you. So we all walked into a whole new level of love today. Thank you so much for taking care of our home. Thank you so much. So this is our New Thought Center for Spiritual Living, and this is an inclusive, progressive, and compassionate community. We're dedicated to doing our own inner work and then walking that and living that out into the world. Bring a little light to those places that need it. And I think we have a lot of light to bring into this world now, yeah? Yes. So if you are new here or new-ish, welcome. Please know that we have created this space for you here exactly as you are today. Everyone is welcome. We honor all paths of the divine, and we honor and respect and appreciate that you are spending your time with us today. So thank you. If you want some information about who we are, what we do, and all the doings, we do a lot. Mwah. Oh my gosh, the love. Okay, I'm resetting in that love that you just sent to me. Thank you very much. You will find all this information out at our welcome table. If you're here in person, if you're online, check out newthoughtcsl.org. The link is being provided in the chat. In fact, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because I want to send a lot of love to those that are online right now on YouTube. We are being hosted today by practitioners Lori Nazarino and Beth Doyle. So there's a beautiful space happening online, everyone, and they're here present with us in the room through this technology and through this connection. If we could take a moment and just turn around and send some of this love online to our friends that are tuning in all over the globe. We are so grateful you're here. We're so grateful that we are connected. I feel like I have a stupid grin on my face, but I'm going to own it. It's a good day to be in community, is it not? Woo. So with this same love, I want to acknowledge that here in Lake Oswego, we are on the ancestral land of the Kalapuya people. So we always take a moment every Sunday to acknowledge Indigenous history, experiences, and sovereignty. Thank you. Folks online, if you haven't already, please grab a candle if you want to participate. We are going to be moving into our musical spiritual practice, and when we do that, we're going to light a candle here in the sanctuary. I invite you to light one as well. It's just another way that we keep this love circulating. So, want another way where we can keep the love circulating? Let's speak together out loud with one voice, our vision and our mission. We consider this our why we are here, and why we choose to be in community this Sunday. If you'll join me. Our vision: recognizing our oneness, we envision a world that works for everyone and all creation. And our mission: providing spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Yes, global transformation. I'm loving it and saying yes to all of that. So I wanted to call your attention to some beautiful things happening up here on the altar. This one is lovely flowers from and for. Oh, these? Oh, what? Okay, now hold on. I was putting a lot. I'm going to put just much more love here. I'm situating my. It's all the same. I know. This is just me being silly, but I want to celebrate Cindy Koski. It is her birthday today. Oh, is she beloved in this community? And can I tell you that these flowers not only for her, they're from her, so that we can enjoy the beauty and the love that is Cindy, is this community. We celebrate you, and I'm so grateful for you. Happy birthday, friend. And this other beautiful set, I'm going to invite Reverend Shannon up to tell us a little bit about this one, yeah?
I have the most lovely announcement to make. These beautiful flowers are from a wedding I got to do yesterday. Wait, it gets better. The union, the sacred union, the marriage, the wedding that I got to do yesterday were for our very own Ellie and Daniel. Will you stand? Ellie and Daniel have been with us, it feels like a decade, and they do so much in our beautiful community, including leading our immigrant protection, spirit-led social action team. They do so much good work. Mwah. I love you both. Happy, happy marriage. Okay, back to Melissa Kay.
Tag, you're it. Okay, so I get to come up one more time with my stupid grin. Invite you, if you haven't already, to silence your cell phones. Let's be fully present, you at home as well, as I get to introduce my beloved practitioner, Doug Allen, for our opening blessing.
Let's take a moment and take a breath and relax into the space. I can feel the love. I recognize that right here, all of Spirit is right here where we are. It is the Spirit that is all-knowing, everywhere present, and all-powerful. It is the divine love that is the core of who we are. I know that divine love is expressing through each one of us as joy, as compassion, as care. I know that divine is at work through each one of us, through our center, through all that is happening today. That we are the hands and the feet and the heart of love in this world. And I know that all that's happening in front of and behind the scenes, the acts of service, that is the expression of the divine. That is us doing what we are called to do, and that is creating this amazing, safe, and nurturing space that allows us to freely express, to grow, to learn, and to do good in the world. I'm grateful for all that is happening, all that goes into this, and all the love of Spirit that we have here today. I rest knowing that this is the truth, that this is happening right now and always. I know that Spirit is at work in all that we do. I'm grateful for all of this and so much more. And so it is. And now is our time for spiritual practice. For those of you at home, I encourage you to grab a candle and light it with us. Please stand as you're able and join us to this prayer set to music.
over us. We let it be. Let the peace wash over us. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. Let the joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. Let the love. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. And so it is.
Good morning. The following reading is an excerpt from the prophetess Helen Harkin. We are all here on this earth for the great work of love, and love is not for the faint of heart. We are each tall, mighty tree inside of a small seed. Love is what breaks us open. Love is the systematic destroyer of every small self as it calls us forth into all we're destined to be. Love is the true evolutionary force of the universe, the only thing we desire enough to grow beyond ourself. Love is the only thing persuasive enough to convince us to take on the mad and harrowing voyage from bud to blossom. Love is the deepest law of the universe. Love is the origin, the destination, and the medium of all things. Love is not meant to spare us from our necessary suffering that brings us to blossom. Love is meant to captivate us so much we're willing to successfully move through ever deeper levels of old limitations as we move more closely, approach the reality of the authentic heart. Love is for your joy and your emergence, and also let love be a sanctuary for your sorrows, that they may rest while they pass through you on their path back to their final destination, which is also love. And so it is.
Thank you, Bernalee. I'd like to invite Daniel Schweitzer up to sing us a song, and as he gets ready, I would like to First, I'd like to honor our band, like the whole New Thought Messenger crew, Emily and Kate. And our guest musicians this morning, filling in for Brandon and Justin, we've got Willie Barber on the bass. And please give a warm welcome, first time joining us, Camille Denny on the drums. And of course, Adrian Martin on guitar. And many of you know that he has an annual show at Alberta Rose, yes? It is a tribute to Nina Simone, featuring himself and LaRonda Steele, among others. So that is the 26th, 2 weeks from last night, at Alberta Rose. So get tickets for that.
I've been staring at the coastline, thinking of every choice I've made to lead me here right now. Standing on solid ground. And I've been hiding in the shadows, wondering if I'm on the right road, someplace I've never been. Is this how it all begins? Whoa, 'cause I've got my best suit on and I'm ready. I've got my sleeves rolled up and I'll be on my way. Well, my heart's thumping, bum, 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 bum. You're gonna hear me rise. Hope and rise, 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 rise. For every valley there's a mountain. For every answer there's a new question. Is it worth all this? I'm pushing myself to the edge, 'cause we're all looking for a reason. Find a shelter from the storm within. Just keep your eyes ahead and dust yourself off again. Whoa, 'cause I've got my best suit on and I'm ready. I've got my sleeves rolled up and I'll be on my way. Well, my heart's thumping, bum, 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 bum. You're gonna hear me rise. Oh, and rise, 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 oh, rise. Oh, 'cause I've got my best suit on and I'm ready. I've got my sleeves rolled up and I'll be on my way. Well, my heart's thumping, bum, 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 bum. You're gonna hear me rise. You're gonna see me rise. Not how you fall back down, but how you get back up before you hit the ground. Gonna see me rise. Oh, and rise, rise, oh, rise, You're gonna see me rise. Gonna see me rise.
I love it. Here's your reading, Bernalee. Here you go. Oh, Daniel Schweitzer, I love you so much. New Thought Messengers, I love you so much. I love that we have a female drummer today. And I love every single one of you so much. All of you online, I love you so much. All of you who join us later in the week or the month, listening while you're walking or listening in the grocery store or driving, I love you so much. This is all going to make sense. Oh. Thank you. So, just last week, on September 9th in Rochester, New York, there were 3 roofers working on a house when ICE showed up. One man was taken into custody. He had been an employee with the company for 5 years. He was known in that community. And when ICE showed up, the neighbors came out of their homes and they called their network of friends and activists, and more and more and more people began to gather around this house. There were still 2 gentlemen up on the roof. And the neighbors were telling them, do not come down. We've got you. They gathered around the house with bullhorns, telling the rest of the workers to stay where they were. They were committed to protecting those men and using their voices. Soon, clergy, attorneys, labor leaders, advocates quickly showed up and joined the neighbors until more than 200 people surrounded that house. They protected them with their chants. They offered support. They stood their ground. They asked questions over the bullhorn. Do you have a warrant? They did not. Asking the men on the roof if they needed anything. The neighbors, the people who showed up, they were vocal and they held space. And eventually, after 4 hours, the ICE agents, confronted by the growing number of people and the visible opposition and the moral weight of the crowd's presence, they eventually left. According to the roofing contractor, the man who was arrested has been in the United States for over 25 years and has legal documentation to work. He said he was the best worker that he had been a dedicated employee for over 5 years. He said he's a family man who has a baby on the way. He pays his taxes, he goes to church every Sunday, and he has never had so much as a speeding ticket. The other 2 workers, encouraged by the neighbors to stay on that roof, the activists, all of them, they stayed on the lawn, out in the open. Those neighbors, those people chose love. That was public courage. That was visible, collective protection. John, would you please show an image of that for our beloveds? Look at that. Look at that love right there. That's who we are. That is the love that we are. Saying something out loud, using our voices, being present, refusing to stay silent in the face of injustice is spiritual power. It changes what happens. It means protection, it means dignity, and it can even mean freedom. My talk today is called Say the Thing Out Loud. The courage that sets you free. And our theme this month is Solidarity September. And we as a spiritual community are highlighting all of the ways that we can, in our community, NTCSL, our global community, how we can together with one voice take a stand for solidarity. We've invited you to take photos of yourself and others in your community, this community or another community, in whatever way that is lifting up another being. We've invited you to email these photographs to photos@newthoughtcsl.org. Solidarity September photos@newthoughtcsl.org. Send us your photos so that we can do good with them. We have a project and we're going to do good with them. Last week, Rev Shelley said, "It turns out that solidarity is spiritual maturity in action, and that solidarity is a spiritual practice." We are offered many ways of deciding to be in solidarity with the most marginalized people among us. So what about saying the thing out loud when there is not safety in numbers, like I just showed you? What does that look like? What about saying the thing out loud when you are not totally comfortable, or when it's maybe just you and one other person? So I want to give you an example of this. Many years ago, when my daughters were much younger, I remember being in the kitchen with them, and we were talking, and one of them was talking about a friend of hers, and my daughter was using they, them pronouns. This was the very first time I'd ever heard they, them pronouns, so naturally it piqued my curiosity, and so I asked my daughter to explain this to me. And she said something like, "Mom, you know pronouns are just little words that we use instead of someone's name." She was a teenager at the time. I said, "Yes." She said, "You know, like he, she, or they, everyone uses pronouns." And she explained to me in the most simple, sweetest, innocent way that, you know, for some people, they don't feel comfortable with he or she, so they use the pronoun they. And that maybe that sounds unusual at first, but English has been doing this forever. Like, someone left their coat. I hope they come back for it. We use they, them pronouns all the time. So, when a person says their pronouns are they, them, it just means, she shared with me, that the word fits them better than he or she. They, them matches how they feel inside. Then she said, "Mom, using it is just good manners." Hand on hip. That's it. That's it. It's not political. It's not complicated. It's just kindness. Hello. My name is Shannon O'Hurley. My pronouns are she, her. It's great to meet ya. That's it. That's it. That's it. I remember taking that in the kitchen that day. And I remember feeling the extraordinary wisdom coming out of my daughters. All of them. We were all there. And I remember taking it in and feeling how important this was and how healing this was for so many people. And I also remember saying to my daughter that, you know what, it might take me a minute to get used to it, but I'm going to do that. And she said, "Mom, take all the time you need, but really it's not that hard." She then said, "It's kind of like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You just get out the peanut butter and the jelly, you put it on bread, and boom, you're good to go. It's not that hard." Just like a teenager. And this reminded me, when I was reflecting on this and I was thinking about Say the Thing Out Loud and how we can use our voice to empower others, to create more kindness, to create more love, to create more belonging. I remembered the very first time when I was trying on this new set of tools that my daughters taught me, and I accidentally misgendered someone. And I remember in that moment, I was so embarrassed. And I was trying to apologize, and everything was coming out sideways. And this beloved being in front of me assured me that it was okay. And the fact that I was trying and that I was learning was the most important thing. And in that moment, I saw God in the face of that person. I saw spirit in the face of that person. I saw love in that face of that person. And I learned what I needed to unlearn. And I learned how much grace there is for all of us to step into saying the thing out loud. I want to encourage you all, and I know this is in many ways a generational thing, because y'all youngins know, you're like, whatever, is she almost done? We're good. We know. Pronouns, schmonouns, we use them all the time. What are you talking about? If you are not using pronouns, this is one way that you can say the thing out loud. So I invite you into that practice. Hi, my name's Shannon. My pronouns are she, her. Tell me about yourself. Just that. You never know. You never know what another person is carrying. And this is a way of creating, again, belonging in all the spaces. I had the privilege of recently completing our 6-week class that I taught here called Spiritual Economics, Living in the Abundant Flow. And we talked about abundance in all areas of life and how we can step into that. And in the text, Eric Butterworth, a mystic in his own right, an extraordinary New Thought teacher from generations and generations ago, wrote, "We have the marvelous opportunity to usher in a new world in which people of awareness will live with what Thoreau calls the license of a higher order of beings." Thoreau called us as people with a license of a higher order of being. And as a spiritual, progressive community that honors everyone, we get to step into this higher order of beingness. Are you with me? Are you willing? Are you willing? There's my people. Okay, so how do we do that? How do we do that? How do we step into this higher order of beingness so that we can uplift, support, and love better those who need it? We begin by recognizing that we can speak from the place of spirit, of goodness within us. Jesus of Nazareth said, "Behold, the kingdom of God is within you." How we might translate that in our New Thought teaching would be, remember the kingdom of spirit is within you. And if we are speaking from the indwelling spirit, we are speaking from that place of love. We're letting that place of love within us, that place within us that has never been harmed or hurt in any way, that place within us that is unconditional love. You know what I'm talking about. The moments when you have instant forgiveness, feelings of humanity, of empathy, of compassion for people you do not even know. That is spirit within you leading the way in that moment, leading your thoughts, leading what you speak and say out into the world. The love of the indwelling spirit is inside us. The question is whether we will bring it forth or not. So, not long ago, I was with one of our beloved practitioners downstairs. And as I was turning to leave, just like, you know that instant, right, when you're just about to say, I'll see you later, and you're just kind of getting ready to go, I recognized in that moment that I was thinking that I just adore this person. I love them so much. And that part of me, that indwelling spirit went, say it, Shannon. And I was like, oh, by the way, I need to tell you I adore you. I love you so much. I couldn't leave until I said that. Just know that I love you and I adore you. I was just following, that inner nudge of spirit. And what happened in the next moment floored me. I didn't expect it. This beloved got teary. And I realized that they needed to hear that. And that was spirit within me saying, speak the truth. Say the thing out loud. And in that moment, I went, okay, message received. I'm going to say the thing out loud every time. So if you've been around me for the last couple of weeks, I hope you feel loved up. But it's like how many times do we think something loving, kind, and we don't say it? So then a couple of days later, I was at a store and it was so busy. And I got up to the cashier and people were interrupting and she was being very, very helpful and all this stuff was going on. And again, I turned around to leave and I was thinking to myself, oh, she's lovely. She was just putting up with all this. Gosh, I hope she has a good day. Excuse me. I just have to tell you, sorry. I just have to tell you, you're lovely. This is a lot, and you're doing great. And she teared up. And then the person behind me went, oh, yes, you're doing great. No rush, no rush. Do you see? Say the thing out loud. Say the thing out loud. And there have been a couple of times where I've said that, and the person's kind of like, oh, okay, sure. No, it's okay. That's all right. Because for every time that I have said it, and sometimes it takes a little bit of courage, I have to take a deep breath, depending on where I am. Anybody? Yeah? Yeah? It's worth it. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. My friends, this is a spiritual practice. This is a spiritual practice. I remember doing versions of this along my journey when I was studying to be a practitioner, when I was studying to be a minister, and I realized that I had just fallen away from this practice. I think these things all the time, but I wasn't saying them out loud. So I invite you into this because it's been life-changing for me. Now, please note, I said say the loving thing out loud. So, Jen's like, but here's the thing. The loving thing can sound like ice go home. The loving thing can sound like, we've said on many of our marches that we have attended here, this is what democracy looks like. That is loving. That is loving. The loving thing can say, hi, it's nice to meet you. My name is Shannon and my pronouns are she, her. The loving thing can sound like, I just have to tell you what a wonderful job you're doing, or your smile brightened my day, or when you see someone who is hurting, the loving thing sounds like, what can I do to support you? So, we are given all the time these opportunities to step into the truth, to see how people are, to check in, to speak truth to power in a powerful, loving way. One of the things that this practice for me has led to since I've started actively practicing this, I found that there is a profound connection for me, and I'm going to ask you to unpack this for yourself or consider this for yourself, because it led me to a piece of this that is very important, that is different, and I think it is the hardest piece of saying the thing out loud. At least it is for me. For many of us, we grew up You know, when someone would say, "How are you?" We grew up just saying, "Fine, thanks, how are you? Fine, thanks, how are you? Fine, thanks, how are you?" Right? And I am not going to do that anymore. I'm just not going to do that anymore. I don't think that that is necessarily, there's not a need for politeness in that response. I think in that moment, there's an opportunity for connection. There's an opportunity for true authenticity. There's an opportunity for incredible truth telling, you know? Because right now, in this history that we are living through, that "I'm fine, how are you?" just falls flat. It just does. And yes, and yes, and yes, we have so much to celebrate. Find the joy wherever you can flip and find it right now. It's so important to find the joy and to also be able to name when the things are hard. This was a really hard week in our country. This was a really hard week in the world. And you know, I can't not name that. There were horrific shootings, devastating Supreme Court rulings, divisive rhetoric, debilitating action in the wars, not to mention any personal challenges that you may be carrying or holding or moving through right now. I have to name that there is a lot of grief. There is a collective pain body of grief right now. Why? Because we're all connected. So on some level, we are all feeling this in this one human family. Thank God for this place. Oh my. Thank God for this spiritual, supportive community. You know, we have our annual community meeting after service today. You're all invited. You get to see all the good we've been doing. Oh, we have so many fun plans, things we are going to be doing. You know, right now, community is huge. It's hugely important. And here's what I want to share with you. When I began practicing saying the loving things out loud, what the sort of directly and beautifully connected to that is also the courage to say the hard things out loud. And for me personally, I find this to be so healing, you know? If I, for example, am absorbing the news and someone crosses my path now and calls me or texts me, or I run into them and they ask me how I'm doing, instead of "I'm fine, how are you?" I will say, "You know what? I'm absorbing some pretty hard stuff that was in the news today. I'm hanging in there, but it's hard. How are you?" And it's immediate. They just lean in. "Oh, I hear you. I hear you." These are people I don't even know. I hear you. You know? The other day, I was with someone I love very much. And I was taking in really hard information, really difficult stuff, you know? And this person I love so much asked me, "How are you?" And I just said, "I'm weepy." I find myself weepy these last few days. "Yeah, you too, sweetie. Yeah, yeah." And this person I love leaned in and took my hand and said, "Me too, me too." We get to share that too. We get to say that out loud to each other too. And so I want to encourage you to practice that as well, wherever you are. If somebody says to you, "How are you?" it's okay. It's okay to say, "It's kind of a hard day. But I'm here, I'm hanging in. How are you?" This creates an opportunity for connection and for healing and for the truth that needs to be spoken right now. It needs to be spoken. It needs to be shared. And when we share it, it's holy. It's sacred, it's supportive, it's loving, and it brings us closer. It brings us closer. So this week, I invite you to find ways that you can say the thing out loud to support the most vulnerable and marginalized among us. And let me just say to that, if you're unable to join us for the community meeting, one of the things we are going to be celebrating is that just from April, it's now September, we as a community started with 8 and ended with 32. We have attended 2 rallies and 4 marches just in that time. Just in that time. And I want you to all mark your calendars. It's Solidarity September, so this is what we're doing in Solidarity September. October 18th is the next No Kings March. Join me, be with me, let's do it. Let's speak love out loud. Yeah, October 18th, Saturday. So find ways. You can say the thing out loud and support the most vulnerable and marginalized among us. Number 2, if you haven't already begun, I invite you into the practice of getting very comfortable sharing your pronouns. Especially, I will say, in a group setting. If you go into a group setting, it's a really, really beautiful thing to be able to say your name and your pronouns. And it's a spiritual practice. So please join me in that. And number 3, please, I invite you into the practice of saying the loving thing out loud and speaking your pain out loud. You're safe in this community to do that. We will all hold you in that. You are not alone in that. I don't know what I would do without the support I have in this community. So, speak truth to power wherever you can. Start sharing your pronouns to stand in solidarity. And begin making a practice of saying the loving thing and the hard and painful thing out loud. Let's pray. I'm going to invite the practitioners forward, and I'm going to anchor this time in prayer. So I invite you all here to close your eyes or turn within, and those of you online as well. What a blessing it is to know the grace in this place. That love at the center of each one of us, that indwelling spirit. Call it whatever name you're comfortable with. Source, universe, ultimate reality, God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever word works for you. I invite you in this next breath to feel that unconditional love at the center of your being. And to recognize that we can always turn towards it for strength in those moments when we are moved to say the thing out loud. Let spirit move through us in those moments, knowing that we are held in our courage. And I speak a word for all of us here, for all of our loved ones, our friends, our family, our friends that are family, knowing that this same exact love is right where they are too, within them and around them, surrounding them, holding them, lifting them up. I am so grateful for this beloved community, for all the ways in which we are given divine opportunities to support each other and the world. And I say a special prayer on behalf of all of us to all of the hurting places right now, the places who are navigating and moving through gun violence and war, poverty, challenge of any and all kinds, knowing too that this same love is right where they are, and affirming that we are all one. There is no separation. We are all connected on the seen and unseen sides of life. We are here to love and to love more. And so from this place of grace and gratitude, I bless all places that gather this week in mosques and ashrams and temples and synagogues and yoga mats and kitchen tables. All the places where love is upheld, where light leads the way. And so I affirm for each of us this week that light leads the way. I'm so filled with gratitude and thanks for this and so much more. I let it be and I let it become. And so it is. Blessed be. Blessed, blessed be. Thank you. I love 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 you.
We love you, Reverend Shannon. Yes. Okay, my friends, it is fall. Praise God. It is fall. It is raining. There are carpets to trip over. And fall means that as a charity, as a nonprofit, this is our time for our pledge season. Wait, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Our pledge this year is called the Abundant Love of Community. And boy, didn't Reverend Shannon just speak to that. Here's the thing. This community literally is only here because of your support. And if you are someone who has been coming for a while and you aren't yet a contributor, here's what I want to say to that. We show up week after week for our own healing, for our own growth, for a community where it is safe for us to say the thing out loud. We show up week after week after week, and we receive so much good. And if you are not yet at a place where you are contributing back to that good, this is your time. This is your time to be part of that circle of love. If you join us online every week and you haven't quite made that leap to contributing, please consider contributing to this organization. All the details are at newthoughtscsl.org. There's a big ways to give button right at the top. But this is our pledge season. That means we are asking you to guesstimate what you might be giving us next year so that we can do our budgeting process. When you stay for the community meeting and you see everything that we are doing and everything that we are dreaming and visioning and calling in for you, you are going to want to be part of that. And the way to do that, the way to allow us to plan and to dream and to grow and have a solid foundation for the business of the charity that we run, is to let us know what your gift is. So on the welcome table right out here, and those of you online, they're putting in the chat box, if they haven't already, the link. This is our pledge form this year. You're going to have an opportunity in the next few weeks. Take one of these, read it, prayerfully consider what might be yours to do. And then when you come back, or if you go online, you can do it online as well. Bring it back. We're going to have a beautiful bowl for you to place them in. And we can all be part of the abundant love of community. Now, I heard a wild rumor that there's a drawing, and you can get either a class or a practitioner session. So in order to be part of that drawing, there are also these cards. You can fill these out and drop them in the box. Our welcome table can show you, point you in the way. So please be part of what we have going on here. Don't just be a passive recipient, but be a part of it by contributing to helping make the world a better place. All right, so we're also going to accept our gifts right now. So I'm going to invite our ushers forward. And whatever is yours to give today, there are many ways you can do that. I like to text to give at 503-966-3236. You set it up once and then you just text, and it's delightful. You can give at our website. You can give right here. And let's speak a word of blessing on all of it. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Please help me welcome back Daniel Schweitzer and the New Thought Messengers.
nowhere. And my sleeping, it was broken, but my dream, it lingered near in the form of shining valleys where the pure air recognized, and my senses newly opened. I awakened to the cry that the people have the power to redeem the work of fools from the meek. The graces shower, it's decreed, the people rule. The people have the power. 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 Vengeful aspects became suspects and bending low as if to hear, and the armies ceased advancing because the people had their ears, and the shepherds and the soldiers lay beneath the stars, and they waste in the visions to waste in the dust, in the form of shining valleys where the pure air recognized, and my senses newly opened. I awakened to the cry. The people have the power. 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 There were deserts, I saw fountains like cream, the waters rise, and we strolled there together, none to laugh or criticize, and the leopard and the lamb lay together, truly bound. I was hoping, in my hoping, to recall what I had found. Well, I was dreaming, in my dreaming, God knows, a purer view. As I lay down in my sleeping, I commit my dream to you. The people have the power. 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 To dream, to rule, to wrestle the earth from fools. It's decreed, the people rule. Well, it's decreed, the people rule. Listen, I believe everything we dream can come to pass through our union. We can turn the world around. We can turn the earth's revolution. We have the power. People have the power. People have the power. The 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 people have the power.
It's hard to do announcements after this. Oh my goodness. Well, Reverend Shannon and Reverend Shelley have already told you about the community meeting today that takes place at 12:45. I really hope you come and hear all the exciting things that we've done and the exciting things yet to come. there will be an in-person and online, and for those people here, there will be a light lunch served. Go ahead and register for our Zoom link at newthoughtscsl.org. It's right at the top of the landing page. Yay! The NTCSL choir is returning under the fabulous direction of Brian Harris. Starts Thursday, September 18th in the Fireside Room from 7 to 8:30. If you love to sing, please come and join. Okay, forgiveness is a sacred act of releasing something that no longer serves you, making space in your life for vibrant peace, joy, and freedom. In this workshop, we will explore a technique for forgiveness that centers you, your story, your healing, your needs. Reverend Shelley invites you into a gentle space dedicated to doing the work your soul craves. She will be teaching a 2-hour workshop, Freedom and Forgiveness, on Sunday, September 18th. Both, what did I say? Oh, sorry, 28th, both in person and online at 12:45 Pacific. We have a new easy way to register on our website. Go to our website, newthoughtscsl.org, and just click on the classes and the workshop tabs at the top. And I just want to add that I have done several of these workshops, and it really is a great way to release all that internal clutter. And it's very freeing, and I hope you take part in this workshop. Thanks.
Good job. I want to take a quick moment and thank all of you who decided to be here in person to help co-create this experience with us, all of you online who are joining us right now in this moment from Washington, Oregon, California, Baja California, Arizona, Colorado, New York, and Germany. We love you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. I also want to say thank you again to practitioners Lori Nazarino and Beth Doyle for being our beloved online practitioner hosts for this service. And just know, if any of you have any questions, if you want to know more about what we're doing, we have a welcome table right out there in the front if you're here in person, and Tracy Cronin will be right out there to answer any questions that you may have about all the things we're doing. I want to now invite our practitioners to please step forward for a moment. Come on forward, because I just love you and I want everyone to see you. But just know, because of the community meeting, I just want you, can we all thank our practitioners for they are... These beloveds are steeped in the art of affirmative prayer. They are professionally licensed practitioners. They are here to support you in whatever you may need, whatever is on your heart. I'm going to ask them to actually pray outside. It's not raining anymore. That's good, but what's rain schmain? We're fine. I'm going to... Portland, I'm going to ask you to be either in the hallway there or right outside for prayer, because we have our community meeting that's going to be here. So I will ask you to pray outside with folks. Please do avail yourself of that. And I'm going to ask the platform practitioners to come on up and join me, please, if you would. Also, if you have kiddos, please remember to pick them up before you go downstairs. For those of you who are staying for the community meeting, we have a light lunch in person here for you downstairs. And so I invite you just to pick up your kids first and then go downstairs. I'm now going to invite all of you to please stand as you are able for our final blessing. Thank you again to all of you who may be joining us for the first time. If this was your first experience, welcome. Know that we are here for you, and we're here to answer any questions you may have. And thank you to all of these beloveds for all of your support. I love you all so very much. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light until we meet again. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. You are so loved. Have a good week. Sing with us.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only